Hello there. My name is Ifeoluwa Sopeju. First of all, I understand that fear is a known subject. Everyone has talked about fear one time or the other. Everyone has experienced fear one time or the other. There are different definitions of fear, but one thing I know about fear is that it's caused by harm or threat, and sometimes it's even psychological. It's imaginary. So fear, in my own understanding, and if I would explain, is a natural phenomenon. It has to do with human emotions, and as long as you're a human, you definitely must have experienced fear at one time or the other. But there's one that really strikes me the most, and I don't know who came up with the acronym for fear, which talks about false experiences appearing real. And I would like to talk about one aspect of fear that many of us experience. Like I said, this is not fear from threat to you or fear from harm to you. No, it's fear that is psychological, fear that is imaginary. Most of us want to venture into things, probably for the first time. We want to write an exam, we want to apply for a job, we want to send out a proposal, and because our end goal is to get that job, to get that project, to ace the exams and all that, and so because we desire success, fear comes in place to try and limit us from achieving whatever we want to achieve. And so for me, that is even most deadly, and all that. And unless one works on it, unless one tries to overcome such kind of fear, limiting fear, such an individual will not be able to move from where he is to where he wants to be. And so for me, how I overcame fear, like I said, I've experienced fear. I still experience fear. I'm a human being. It's an emotion. But how I overcome fear is by looking at my past successes, past achievements. I understand that before I ventured into such and achieved whatever I achieved, I exhibited some form of fear. But what I tell myself is, I can only fail once. Once I learn from that mistake and I give it another shot, I probably should be able to ace it. So for me, my past achievements, my past successes are one of the things that spur me on to deal with fear and to overcome fear. Another thing is that for me, because I understand that it's false experience. It can be an experience in my head playing out, appearing real. So I just know it's psychological, and the only way to deal with something that is psychological is to also work on your psychology. When you have negative thoughts or thoughts of fear, thoughts of you not being able to achieve certain things, what I do is I also have a counter thought and say I can do it. What you're afraid of, I might not be afraid of. So you need to be able to find out what makes you afraid, why you're afraid of such, and find out how you can overcome such fears. And so I think that's my own take on the subject of fear.